What's up, guys? Welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkins logging in to bring you your Brave Cross Hero of the Week. This week's Hero of the Week is the Spiritual Master, Spiritus. Spiritus is classified as a mid DPS with stats of S for survivability, A for DPS, and B plus for support. His main skill is called the Spirit Trifecta, which he summons 8 spirit doves to attack the enemy, dealing a total of 618 damage, and 35% of the damage is converted into healing for the hero with the least HP. His basic attack deals 80% damage to 2 random enemies and restores 7 rage. His talents include Wordless. When an enemy hero uses an awakening, there's a 20% chance that Spiritus will silence the hero for 2 seconds. When this is triggered, it interrupts the hero's skill casting. He also has attack speed 3, rage 4, and crit 5, which are all self-explanatory. And of course, he has a mythic talent, which is called Recommend, which adds 50 rage to a friendly hero when they are using a rage skill. Heroes 5 and Plum Forest are all unlocked once you get 6-star and 7-star Spiritus. His unity is called Win-Win, which can be unlocked when you get Papillion. However, this is currently locked because there is no way for us to get Papillion at the current time. Now let's go through the pros and cons. As always, we'll start with the pros. Now, Spiritus is classified as a mid DPS. His DPS is somewhat okay and not too bad at all. And being a mage class, the defense and HP aren't that great, so it is subpar. Now, the main pro that I want to talk about in regards to Spiritus is obviously Wordless. Now, there's a 20% chance to silence a hero and stop them from casting their awakening, which is very helpful. However, that 20% chance is a little bit low in the low side. However, that is a very good skill to have. Imagine canceling Sohi's awakening or even Shantis's awakening, which is a big deal. Now, the other thing that I want to mention is, of course, his awakening, which deals a decent amount of damage and gives you that healing for the hero with the least HP. However, this only heals one hero, so it's not that much, but it is something to note about. And of course, his mythic ability, which adds 50 rage, basically half of the rage you need to use to awaken, is given to a friendly hero when they are using a rage skill. Now, it doesn't actually say how many times Spiritus can do this, so that's up for debate at the moment. And I think that's it mostly for his pros. Of course, now we're going to go to the cons. Now, the main cons that I want to note here is obviously the DPS isn't that great. Even though he is a mid DPS, it's not that great. Now, the other thing that I want to note is, of course, the 20% chance for Wordless, even though it is a pro skill. That 20% is, I think, just a little bit too low. However, you can't make it too high as well. But I thought about 30% would be nice, but 20% is just a little bit too low. And of course, I have to mention the defense and HP aren't that great either. Now let's talk about probably the biggest con that I can mention about Spiritus. And this is obviously the way to get his shards. Now, I would just like to announce that Spiritus is actually considered a common hero. He's not rare or anything like that. He's a common hero, but the ability to get his shards just isn't there. The only way for you to get his shards is probably to pay a lot of money. And of course, saving resources such as brave tokens and all that will probably net you quite a few shards for Spiritus. He's not that expensive, but just the ability for you not to get him in the game itself is a big con to me, especially for a common hero. I know Spiritus has been recently released, not too long ago, but I think it's been a while now. But just the ability to get these shards is not there. You're not able to get him in bronze chest at all, and there's no way for you to get his shards in any story mode. So I think the biggest con is not being able to earn enough shards for us to, I guess, to maximize Spiritus' ability. Now that I've talked about the pros and cons, I would just like to say my final thoughts about Spiritus, especially for PvP and PvE. Now for PvE, there's probably a small place for Spiritus to work on story mode or even Dominion maybe, but the fact of the matter is there are a lot of better heroes. Now, even though Spiritus is considered as a mid DPS, I can think of several heroes that are better in the mid position rather than Spiritus. Especially right now that 6 and 7 stars for the heroes have been opened, but even back then when there was only 5 stars, there are definitely better heroes than Spiritus. Now if we're just talking about mid DPS, Noir is probably one of the best mid DPS out there. I mean, if you consider just the mid DPS branding. So, there are a lot of better, even mid support heroes such as Shantis, Luna, and Arya, I believe, is much better. Even Chevalier is, I think, much better than Spiritus at this moment in time. Just the fact that you can't get any of his shards just leaves Spiritus out of every common hero. Now I can list a lot of common heroes on top of my head, and especially these common heroes can be great once you get enough shards, or if you can get them to mythic level, they are great. And the one that comes to mind right now is Red Mask, XMK3, Kira Knight, Noir, Arya, Terra. These are all common heroes. Even Frostbow is a common hero, but Frostbow is being used right now. Frostbow is not left behind like every other hero. However, Spiritus we just can't get enough shards for us to be able to maximize his abilities. So I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but right now, if there's no way for us to get Spiritus shards other than spending resources that we would rather spend on something else, Spiritus is just not a hero you want to use. You would probably just use those resources for someone else. Unfortunately, I do have to say it. I would just suggest that everyone avoid Spiritus at this time. However, if we get enough shards to be able to maximize Spiritus, then I would gladly reevaluate the way I'm thinking about Spiritus right now, and I would do another hero of the week and see if he is worth getting shards for. But at this moment in time, I do believe that there are other better heroes out there than Spiritus. So now that we spoke about PvE, let's talk about PvP. Now, like in PvE, I would say there's probably little to no space in your team for PvP. You would probably put another hero instead of Spiritus. Because let's face it, at the moment, even with 6-star Spiritus, if you have been gaining enough shards for Spiritus, I don't think Spiritus just has enough to be able to compete with the other heroes right now. And to be honest with you guys, I don't think I've seen Spiritus at all with the current arena and even the cross arena fights. I haven't seen anything or anyone using Spiritus. So I think that's it for this video, guys. Remember to click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful at all. And as always, I would like to hear from you guys. What you think of Spiritus? Are you using him? And are you happy with the way Spiritus has been presented? And of course, if you're getting enough shards for him. This is Munchkins logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level, and I'll leave you with the rest of the layer video.